Hey, Nathan here with CBI and Prinsu. Welcome back to the channel today. Got Mike here with me.
Hey.
And we're gonna go over his awesome 5th gen 4Runner build. So let's check it out.
Let's head into it.
All right, so we're here at the front of the 4Runner. Mike, take it away. Show us what you got on the front end of this beast.
All right, so here we have the CBI off-road Baja aluminum front bumper for the 5th gen 4Runner. This one here is for the 2014 up to 2019 models. We went aluminum just to kind of keep it where we traveled a lot. We wanted to keep it lightweight, make it easy for when we're traveling to different shows and stuff like that, so that it was just easier on the front end. And then, we tried to outfit this thing fully so that it's fully prepared for whatever we throw at it. So here we've also got the front skid plate. Down here, I did the steel skid plates, and this is in our TRD gray color. Kind of stands out a little bit more, I think.
I love the TRD.
Photographs well,
yeah,
is what I like to say. So it really kind of gives it some pop instead of just so dark underneath the vehicle.
I think it's cool too. Like, I don't know what it is about Toyota owners, but they love kind of the classic Toyota styling, and to have that you know, TRD gray color. To me, it's awesome.
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
Cool.
It complements it very well with the style of the vehicle for sure. Absolutely.
Yep. I love the aluminum too. I mean, obviously you can get the bumper in steel as well, and steel's the strongest option, but the aluminum is so sweet because when you really think about this weight, it's cantilevered weight out front, and this bumper is light. I mean, it's less than, what is it? It's around 65-ish pounds.
Yeah, I actually just
bumper.
lifted it back up on there, putting a few new accessories in there by myself, and even with the winch, I think it's probably around 100 pounds or so, maybe a little over.
That's
so
awesome.
it wasn't too bad. I mean, I strained my back, just not too bad, but you know, we
but
managed.
With the winch, that's, you know,
yeah, we managed.
The winch is over 2/3 of that weight anyways.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was nice for sure. So,
well, that's cool. And as far as the skid plates, you got the full coverage on the skids,
I did,
right?
Yep. We got the full skids. On this one, we got all the way to the transfer case, but then also our gas tank skid and our lower control arm skids as well. So
that's awesome. Yep. I love it. So tell us about the accessories that you've got on this thing.
Yeah, so this one here, I added the Heretic Amber 30-inch light bar in the front.
Yeah.
It's very convenient in all of our bumpers. We make that super easy to be able to add. But also, if you didn't want to add that, it just gives you some access point to your winch as well, so it's super nice. And then this one here, we did the the Warren VR 10S in this one. So just make sure that no matter what we got ourselves into, we could get out of, for sure.
Yeah, I love the synthetic line on the winch as well. I mean, to me, if you're going to go an aluminum bumper, you definitely got to go a synthetic line.
Yeah.
And save all that front end wear and tear, and keep the weight down. So I think that's awesome. That Heretic light, I think, is super snazzy too.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but that amber that they have is it's a perfect color.
Yeah, I added the Toyota LED little Raptor lights in there, and I kind of want a little bit more amber in there. So I had a clear in there before, but just kind of adds a little more dimension to the front end. So.
Plus, I see you plasti dipped your logo there.
Yeah, it's actually just a cover, but
is it?
Blacked it out. So
that's awesome.
Kind of keep with that panda theme, right? You know,
yeah,
black and white.
I love it.
So,
the black and white. Yeah, that's sharp looking.
But it's been a fun rig. Yeah, absolutely.
So you got the Warren winch, the Factor 55 flat link, which is a pretty cool feature as well. I think they're great accessories, a great thing to put on your winch. Tell us what fog lights you're running here.
So these are, they're a little bit older product now, but they're the KC round 4-inch laser lights is what they call them.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they even make them anymore, but you can run those, a pod, square or round, work really well. Or we do send the stuff to be able to run your factory fogs too, so it's super nice. But that's what we got in there, is just to kind of keep with that same LED up front with everything else.
All LEDs on the whole vehicle.
Yes, yep, I did headlights, everything, so.
That's awesome. All right, so we're here down by the wheel tire suspension combo. Mike, tell us what you got on this baby.
So here I've got the 1552 Turbo Mac HD in their magnesium gray, which is kind of a blend between the gray and bronze, which has been awesome. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've noticed that when I see your 4Runner, sometimes it does look gray and other times it looks like pretty solid bronze.
Yeah, and the sunlight hits it just right. You get a good change in color for sure.
Cool.
But then we've got it in the wrapped in a Nitto Ridge grappler in a 285/70/17. I've ran these on it since I had it. This is my second set. I've absolutely loved them.
Awesome.
They've performed well. They've worn well. So I've been very, very happy with them for sure.
Good kind of hybrid style tire, right? You got lots of natural siping here for snow and winter, like this crap we're dealing with, freezing our butts off here.
Yep.
But yeah, great tire.
They do. I've really enjoyed it for sure. So
suspension. Tell us what you got suspension-wise on this thing.
This one here, we've got the Stage, I believe, 7 Icon with the steel tubular upper control arms.
Cool.
I recently, within the last year, upgraded to the Delta joint versus the Uniball. It got rid of a lot of that squeak that you get over time. So it's been awesome suspension. Fully adjustable with their CDC valving. I haven't done a ton of that, but when I have, it's been very, very nice. And so other than that, it's been a great suspension. We've been very happy with it.
So your CDC valving, that's obviously adjustable. There's a knob there. What do you like to run it on? Just kind of your normal average setting?
Yeah, typically most of the time I'm right around a 3 to 4 is where I've been most of the time. So some off-roading we've changed it, but most of the time right around a 3, 4.
And do you have on the rear of the vehicle, do you have the lower links, the tubular lower links?
Actually, those ones we did the aluminum billet ones.
Oh, so awesome.
Gives a little pop when you see them from underneath.
The bling.
Yep, the bling.
The CNC milled aluminum bling. So that's awesome.
But yeah, they do a great job with their suspensions.
Icon, I've always been super impressed with Icon. They make a great product, super high quality. It's rebuildable, of course. So.
Yep.
Well, cool. Great suspension setup then. So what's the most air you caught in this thing?
I've tried to keep it on the ground as much as possible, actually.
I don't blame you.
It's a daily vehicle for me. So
that's awesome. Well, cool. Well, let's jump on to the next spot. Okay, so we're here at the side of the vehicle. There's lots to look at here. So tell us what's going on here, Mike.
Well, first off, we'll start with something real simple. Our ditch light brackets. We've had around for a long time, right?
One of the longest products I think we've had.
I think so. I mean, you'd know more than I would, but it's very simple, easy to install bolt-on ditch light brackets. Here I've got the KC Flex. Again, I think a little bit older to product now. They've come out with those new ones. But just in their double pod here, kind of side shooting, gives us that ditch view, which makes it super nice when you're flying through dirt road or anything like that. I think we used it a few years ago when we were going down to Arizona. We made sure we weren't hitting any deer.
Oh yeah.
All of us, if you remember that. But anyway, so super easy, simple product to add for sure.
It's a good one. I love the ditch light bracket. Obviously the name incorporates its function. You don't have to point it out into the ditch, but I've seen the best usage from that. You know, just for deer around here. If you're out on the trail and you have a light bar or a roof rack light bar or whatever, just to light up that perimeter, I mean, it's super functional.
Yeah, absolutely, especially if you're going to have that other stuff added on there. So
the
other thing on this side, we have the 5th Gen 4Runner side steps. So these are different than a rock slider, where these do actually just bolt up like any other aftermarket step, but they are steel, have some great fit and function. As far as that goes, they look great, and I've really enjoyed them. I've considered going to a slider a time or two, but you know, I've never hit them, I don't think, and so I've never really felt that need to really.
That's what I love about our side step is they do hug in tight. They still provide, you know, if you're stepping on it here, you know, you got plenty of step area, so they still provide that functionality, but super tight, low profile. And you're right, we're running them on our Tacoma right now too, and I think we've only hit them once, just barely, but it's surprising how tight they are. So great product. I love the two-tone color on it as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
I think that's pretty awesome. And of course, you know, people can color these top plates whatever they want and customize it to their vehicle. So
Comes
that's
right
kind of
off.
fun.
Yeah, pretty easy. So, no, I agree. And then
Awesome.
of course, the infamous Prinsu rack.
The Prinsu rack.
That's right. So this one is I think probably the very first non-drill roof rack that we did in the full length.
It is. That's the original,
The
right
original, yep. And I'm running with the 40-inch cutout wind deflector with a KC Flex 40-inch light bar, combo light bar.
there. Yeah.
And then added a little bit of accent color with the white ridgeline
Ridge
handles.
lines. So
I've absolutely loved those.
you can see the super functionality that the Ridgeline has. And you don't have the light mounts in there. You just got the logo plates, which I
Yep.
like with your black and white theme.
Yep, absolutely.
That's awesome.
I mean, I have rock lights underneath, which you know, I mean, some more area lighting would be cool, but you know, the rock lights suffice for me. But I like that it adds a little more color. But you know, I put my bike up there in the summer, and so it's been really nice having those to kind of reach up and grab
Right.
onto rather than just the side rail itself.
That makes
So
sense.
it's been very convenient for sure.
So you mentioned your rock lights. Tell us what you have for rock lights on this thing.
Yeah, so I did the KC Cyclone lights,
Yeah.
and we ran some different tabs over the years, mounting those at a nice 45, and we've got 8 all the way around. So we've got 4 on each side. Being able to, I love it at night because it just feel like you turn it on and it lights up like a spaceship. So it's kind of fun. I
So
like
you've
it.
got them basically in front of and behind each wheel, the
Yes.
front and the back on each side.
Yep, and they kind of point down at that 45 in the front and the sides. Just kind of gives it a nice aerial view of it.
And that's awesome. So do you have it on a 3-way switch, or how do you have it switched?
So I actually have it on both, so I can turn it on physically, but they're also ran in through my dome light. So when I hit unlock, it pops right on.
I love that.
So been one of my favorite things for sure.
That's my favorite thing too. I think we've done that on almost every
Yep.
vehicle, at least that CBI's had. And you're right, it's awesome. Like if you're in a parking lot, you hit it unlock, boom, lights up the vehicle. It's kind of a nice safety feature actually. We've been talking about, like if our wives are driving the vehicles or whatever. And then on the trail, I'll never forget, we took some scouts camping in December in the snow up at Lava Hot Springs. And we went to the hot pools, you know, and got warm, and then came back to camp and pulled in, and boom, just clicked those rock lights on, and it was plenty of light. We just, you know, grabbed our stuff, went into the tent, and we were warm all night.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome for sure. So
well, cool. Well, let's jump around to the back
and
talk about what's going on the back of this thing.
let's do it.
Okay, so we're here at the rear end of the 4Runner. We want to talk about the rear bumper swing arm. Probably one of CBI's first products, honestly, was a rear bumper swing arm setup.
Yep.
So tell us what you've got on this 4Runner, Mike.
So this one here, we have the 5th generation rear bumper with dual swing arm, which we've now gone full-time to.
Yep, that's our standard offering.
Yep, standard offering, which has been super nice. Helps to disperse that weight a little bit on here. So the way you kind of, obviously the booty is what a lot of people like to show off, right? And we get a lot of that. So this is what you see. But here we just have the dual swing arm connects together right here in the middle. You just unlock that, pop it open, and you can swing these both open separately.
Lock open in the open position, so if you're off camber on the trail, you're not fighting your swing arms, which I think is a great feature.
Absolutely. All of our bumpers have, just like this one here, has an integrated receiver hitch, which makes it super convenient. Latches, everything like that. I've used that plenty between towing trailers, bikes, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. And I would just point out too, another huge feature with this dual swing arm is if you are pulling a trailer, it gives you a little more opportunity so you can open your swing arms and clear, you know, the tongue of the trailer or whatever you got, maybe a storage box on the front. A lot of these off-road trailers, you know, have stuff up front, and you want to be able to clear that.
Well, and you know, real life scenario is parking lots, you know. I mean, getting in and out of the back with the parking lot, be able to shorten that distance that you have to be away from the vehicle, which is super nice.
Yeah, before that single swing arm, although it was nice to have one swing arm, you wouldn't clear
Yeah, I couldn't open it in my garage or anything. It was kind of a pain, but
Cool.
But other than that, you know, it helps to disperse that weight like we talked about. It's super convenient. We do have those other options of mounting roto packs and our camp tables that we have, which is honestly, that's the thing. On my my last bumper I had with the single swing arm, I had that table, used it all the time.
Super nice
Yeah,
feature.
absolutely.
The tables are all aluminum, just so our viewers know. So they're super lightweight. They're not adding a lot of weight to the already heavy rear bumper swing arm setup. But yeah, I agree. That's a great feature to have.
Yep, and then of course one other little feature is we've got our reverse lights here in the corners on this particular bumper.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives you some nice view out to the sides as you look through your rearview mirrors. That's been great in the nighttime and things like that, especially with this big tire behind you. It's tough to see sometimes.
Right. So speaking of tires, tell us about the tire mount and why you're running the vertical, and then also you've got your backup camera wired in.
Yep. So this one here, I did the vertical tire mount.
Yeah.
I kind of like the look of just a nice, clean, straight up thing. It keeps it nice tucked against the swing arm, which I just prefer the look, I think. And so, and it's adjustable depending on the size of tire and offset of your wheel, which is way convenient.
So up and down, in and out, you've got all the adjustability that you need.
Yep.
Which is cool.
And then this one in particular, as far as my camera goes, I did relocate that. This was actually something I recently did on these two, on the dual swing arm. I had the harness from a previous harness that we had gotten, I think from, I don't remember where we got it from. Do you?
I don't remember either.
Yeah. Anyway, I'd gotten it from somebody else, but we had a bracket from our Tacoma that I actually had personally made work, and it actually bolted right up. So, and so it gives it a nice wide view, perfect, right where it's at. So,
that's awesome. And tell us about, I mean, on this swing arm, you've got a couple tabs for accessory mounts or whip mounts or antenna mounts.
Yeah, so these ones here, we've got whip mounts here. We do have some stuff here for like our extendable telescopic light mount.
Camp light.
But yeah, it makes it super easy to be able to add additional little antennas and boosters or whatever you need. And then of course on this side, which we didn't talk about, is the high lift mount.
High lift mount right here.
Yep.
Which is awesome. And of course you're running the roto packs, but you can run the jerry can holder. We have a single or a dual jerry can holder that you can run in this same spot if you'd like. Or if you want to run the 4-gallon roto packs, we have an accessory mount that allows you to do that.
And the cool thing about that is it's set up ready to go for that. You don't even have to buy anything additional other than the 4-gallon one.
Right.
But
it's all built into the structure of the swing arm. The other thing that I think is really cool on these swing arms is we have these bump stops that help support the arms. So you got to remember, although it's a solid spindle on the hub and spindle assembly, so it's built to hold the weight. I mean, whether it's a 35 and 10 gallons of water or fuel, whatever it is, the swing arm's built to hold that weight. But once you get in an off-road scenario where you've got a lot of suspension travel going on, super rough roads, these supports help support all of this weight, which helps that energy transfer with the rear suspension. So I think that's a big feature as well. That's really a nice feature with this bumper. The other thing that I think is really cool is the attachment points. I mean, it attaches all the way along the frame, and it's fully supported on the sides. So, if you get a little wild and
this one's rigid,
bang it off the rocks on the side, is going to hold up.
Absolutely, it's got multiple points of contact on that for sure.
Makes a big difference. And tell us about this beauty on the back. This is a one and only now.
This is
soon to be released, but
soon to be released. But this is the Prinsu prototype ladder that we have. Modular, as we like to keep with our roof racks. But it does bolt on. There is some drilling required, but it allows you to be able to adjust the rungs, if that's the right word, the rungs of your ladder, depending on your setup, whether you have swing arms, you don't have. This one in particular, we just went very standard in your separation of locations. And then you can obviously, I'm sure, just mount other little accessories to here.
Accessory mounts that are on that. So that's to be more information coming on that, but Mike is running the first and one and only right now.
Yes.
Open the swing arm, or not the swing arm, the lift gate, and just show how simple that is. As far
so
as
it's a
how
little
it
bit heavier, but
and,
other than that, the struts hold it up just great. And the biggest thing I've had to notice is I don't have to pull it down as hard. It just comes a little bit easier. But other than that, it's very sturdy. We've had our engineer, who Benny's like what, 200 plus pounds, and he's a solid man, and he's climbed up and down it a couple different times, and it's held up great.
Think world heavyweight, weightlifter kind of guy. That's Benny. Just huge.
So, but anyway, so it's been a fun little piece to add to the build.
Okay, so we're here at the front of the vehicle again. Freezing our butts off still. In this beautiful Idaho weather. Tell us what you got under the hood on this thing.
So just a few little Easter eggs, I guess, to find here. We've got the Group 31 battery mount, excuse me, to just upgrade your starter battery to a Group 31. Super easy install, pull out, put in,
quick,
new battery,
simple,
easy.
Even I can do that. No problem.
So very, very simple one there. We'll just jump right over. We do have the auxiliary battery.
Right here.
Again, a Group 31 on that one as well. This one here, we're running a lithium ion one. Between these two, that powers everything we've got, between our compressor, our winch, our lighting, everything we've got. We can run off these two, no problem. So we do have a NOCO Gen 1 battery charger inside the bumper. Actually, we did forget to mention that does charge our auxiliary. So it's easy to just plug in and make sure that we're topped off at all times. So.
Yeah, and I had totally forgotten that, but you're right. With this lithium ion secondary battery here, having that charge port there and just making that simple and easy, so you've got the access you need to charge it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it makes it real easy to keep that thing ready.
Plus these lithium ions, they're lighter than a standard battery.
Fraction of the weight.
Yeah, like half the weight.
Yep.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Again,
absolutely.
Saving weight on your Overland vehicle.
Yeah, one way to do it. And then one other thing, here we've got the power there. Now we need a way to run them all. So we've got the S-Pod system, which we've ran on pretty much every vehicle that we've had.
We have,
here at CBI, and I absolutely love it. It is very simple and easy. We have the HD button system inside instead of the touch screen.
Which
a little more
I like
physical.
that.
Yeah, a little more physical. And so that just super easy. Get power right to this, and then you can just plug and play. Super straightforward for any accessory that you add after the fact. And one of those items that we have running is this twin ARB compressor mounted to the CBI twin ARB compressor mount.
Yeah, that's a mouthful right there, right?
But anyway, that thing has probably been one of the items that I've used the absolute most between my own tires on the off-road scene, or bike tires, or anything at home. It's been actually easier to pull this out than plug in and get to pressure my big one in my garage. So sometimes I'm using that more than anything.
Yeah, so actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I feel the same way with my compressor on the Tacoma. And this summer actually filled up my paddle boards with it. So I just bought the attachment for the hose so I could fill my paddle boards, and it has a gauge on it.
Yeah.
Just knocked it out. It was no problem.
It's been one of my favorite ones for sure. So.
And didn't you, I don't know if you still run it, but don't you occasionally run a fridge, an ARB fridge?
I do, actually, yeah. So I do have, the power is ran straight from the auxiliary battery.
From your auxiliary, okay.
Straight to the back of the vehicle. So I have an ARB 50-liter ARB fridge that I just plug right in back there, and it runs directly off of that. And that's partly why I have that battery charger.
Yeah.
So it's easy to just plug in at night and keep it topped off. So.
That's awesome. Well, I think it's huge to have the extra battery capacity, not only on your starting battery, but for your accessories. Tell us about the accessory mount that you've got on the dash too.
Yeah, that one's been a game changer too. As we travel a lot for different shows and things, it's been, so I run the Expedition Essentials T4 RPAM, or however they say it.
It's a little complicated, but we know what you mean.
But that thing has been awesome. I mount my phone on it. It keeps my phone up and out of the way, and so that I can easily see it at eye level. And I absolutely, it was a little nerve-wracking for myself to drill into the dash, but I've loved it. Absolutely.
It's a pretty cool accessory. I mean, I need to pester those guys and get one, because I'm the guy that has my phone in my lap, or I'm trying to hold it in the cup holder, and it's just not, that's a pain. That's not the way to do it.
It's been a great add-on. So
well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, overall, what's your overall thought and feeling about the 4Runner?
You know, honestly, you know, being able to work with CBI Off-Road, I've been able to use a lot of different vehicles and be a part of those builds and ride in them and drive them, and honestly, I've absolutely loved the 4Runner. It is very comfortable. The seats are very comfortable ride. It fits my family well, and just overall, I would give it a very high number rating for.
Yeah, what's your Doug score?
I would say, you know, it's a you know, an 8.7 out of 10 maybe, you know.
Nice.
Obviously there's things and luxuries that you miss out on, but overall I think I've been very, very happy with 4Runner.
I would agree. I think every vehicle, of all the vehicles that we have, you know, every vehicle, there's some downsides to it, right? There's a few little nitpicky things that maybe aren't your favorite or you don't like, but I would agree. The 4Runner, I love the seating arrangement. There's more room than a Tacoma. It's more comfortable than a Tacoma. To have that back cargo space that's enclosed, that's a huge feature. Obviously, with it being an SUV, having the full-length roof rack, you know,
that's been
to me that's kind of a really nice feature. And these things just drive so well.
They do.
That's what I've noticed, is they just drive really well on road, off road. The capability is super surprising, especially for people who aren't familiar with Toyotas.
Yep. Yeah, and this one's only, I mean, it's only got 52,000 miles on it, and I've never had a lick of issues with it.
Super reliable.
Yep.
That's Toyota for you.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, I think we have frozen our butts off out here. We are pretty well frozen solid. We're ready to be done. But hopefully you enjoyed this walk around of Mike's 4Runner. It's a beautiful 4Runner. Love the combo, love all the details on it. Yeah, our butts are freezing off here. Like and subscribe, stay tuned, and join us for the next adventure.